Hey folks, Lionel here with Cowboy Boots, Hats, and Western Life Enthusiast. I'd like to welcome y'all back to the channel. So today I have an instructional video on staining welt stitch. So why would you guys want to do that? Now, for instance, I got the perfect example right here. So I have these beautiful pair of Ruho boots in chocolate, hornback Cayman, and I love everything about this boot. Now, I actually posted this boot several times, and a lot of people actually said to me that they love this boot, and the only thing they don't like about it is the white welt stitching. Now, some folks do like that, others don't. I could understand why you wouldn't, because maybe you wanted to match the boot a little bit better. Companies do that so it could actually stand out a little bit more, but I prefer it to be a little darker as well. So for you folks that actually commented on Cowboy Boots, Hats, and Western Life Enthusiast Facebook page, I'm in agreement with you, and I'm going to show y'all how to actually get these darkened right now, right at home. Let's get into it. Alright y'all, so you found your perfect pair of boots. You love everything about them except for the fact that the white stitching on there is just not your taste. You would wish it was darker, but you don't want to spend a whole lot of money to do it. Maybe you found a great deal on the boots, whatever the case may be, and it's just not worth restitching them, because if you want them black without doing this staining, well, you would have to restitch them, or maybe a cobbler would have a better solution. But at that point, you're looking into at least $100 to have this done, and it's just not maybe worth it. So I'm going to show y'all how I do this right from home, and y'all could actually change the color, basically having it look from this white stitching to this a little bit darker. Now, mind you, it's not perfect, so if you're looking for perfection, this is not your solution right here, because you might get a little bit of dark elsewhere, but it's not going to be so bad in the way that I'm going to show you, and it's hardly going to be noticeable when you actually got the boots on and everything. And as you actually scrub the boots up like I do, if you're a little bit rough on your boots like I am, it's going to kind of brush off anyway. But I'm going to show you all how I do it the best way. Now, I've tried definitely different methods to do this, and I found this one to be the best if y'all are looking for that result, especially on this case where you have basically a natural finished welt right here. It's not brown or stained, and you got the white stitching right here. So you want to kind of leave as much of that natural finish exposed without hurting that. So first of all, these stains that I use, if they get on something, they are practically impossible to remove. So first of all, I'm going to do this, and second of all, if y'all have a shirt that you care about while you're doing this, well, maybe you want to roll up your sleeve. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I've tried different methods, used different brushes, and it kind of gave me a little bit of a odd result. So first things first, we're going to mask tape our boots. So basically, I put painter's tape, and what I did is I went all alongside of the welts, right up to where the welt stitching is, and covered as much of the welt as I could have. And I also made sure that I pressed it down right here, because if you don't press it down, there could still be some air bubbles where maybe there's still some opening of that masking tape, and you just want to make sure that that's all nice and sealed up as best possible to get the best results. Now, also, right along the side here, you want to also make sure that it's all masked up, but you want to make sure you give yourself enough space. And again, press down on that masking tape just to make sure that nothing gets on your boots, because this will stain leather. Now, I've tried it with those little dabbers and things like that, and I've noticed that just kind of splurged them out too much. I've tried a couple of other ways, and at the end I found out that the best way to do it is with Q-tips. That's what I've used. So I'm going to show you all how it's done here. Now, you want to be careful again with this stuff. That's why I keep it in a plastic bag. Make sure nothing gets on there, and always have a piece of cotton ready with some alcohol, just to make sure, some rubbing alcohol, just to make sure that if y'all mess up, you could clean it up right away with this. So now all I do is grab a little bit and make sure that you don't leave enough that it starts dripping, because this stuff will drip, and only thing that you need on there is a little bit, right? So we're just going to go ahead and get started now. I start with the inside stitches, so just kind of go at it like this. And they are starting to get stained. There we go. And this is also what I found was the fastest way to do it. Really turned out pretty well right here. When I use this method, you might want to dip in maybe every time you get around a quarter of the welt, somewhere around there, a little bit less than just a quarter of the welt, and just kind of go over it again. Now, since they are white, these things are getting stained really fast, so that's a good thing. And then what you want to do, maybe if you stain the center of those, maybe just kind of go with that alcohol bit that I've showed y'all. If you have a double stitch welt like this one, what y'all want to do is maybe kind of go in between the stitches and just kind of go over it like this. You're not going to remove a whole lot of the stains from the stitches. Just going to remove what's in between on the leather, on the welt itself. There we go. That's right about enough. Now dip it a little bit again. Now you're gonna want to make sure that you take some out, and that it's not to the point where it drips so much. See, so we already got a good half of it done. And this is going to be a first coat right here. Now, sometimes what y'all want to do is kind of pull back on the boot right here on the leather of the vamp and just kind of go at it. Y'all could actually see a little bit better. Maybe if y'all miss something on the inside right here, and just kind of go over it. Now this will be your first coat, and y'all might want to go over it again because definitely y'all are going to miss some spots with this on this first coat. There we go. Now I've hit every part of it. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it dry off a little bit here. I'm gonna use this alcohol bit, and I'm gonna kind of go over all these little parts that is not the stitch, and just kind of take off some of this staining as best as I can. There we go. Just kind of go in the middle of there, and there we go. Alright. Now this stuff dries really quick, so by the time you went over it with the alcohol bit, now you guys want to grab another piece of alcohol Q-tip right here. There we go, and just have it by y'all side. Now I like to switch my Q-tip at this point and get another one and start over again with a fresh one. Make sure it doesn't drip again, and then we're gonna go at it and try to touch it up and darken those stitches. Now y'all want to make sure you stay in the middle line right where the stitches are, and not to go much further than that, because now those stitches are getting darker as they're going along. Now another thing y'all could do is, if you guys want, let's say if you got a brown welt, y'all can actually get the same color as the welt stitching, or as the welt itself, and paint the stitching that color. That way it'll match a little bit better. It'll be a little bit more hassle free. Still want to mask it, but at least, you know, y'all don't have to worry about, you know, any mismatch or mistakes. Now the second coat, it's a little bit faster because everything is mostly stained. Now we're just touching up some of these little things that we might have missed. And these ones, might want to stretch it out here. Right there. Yes, sir. And then kind of just dab it again and go on these little welts, on these little spots you think you might have missed. So if you see anything, just kind of go over it. Sometimes you might see some little touches of white in there. There we go. All nice and done. So now my little bit of alcohol, I'm just kind of gonna go over all the spots that I didn't want to touch. Right here. Kind of just clean it up right here a bit. And that is looking great. And it's going to look better than this particular boot. And the only reason being is because I figured out the secret recipe. So y'all don't have to make that mistake like I did. Y'all could just actually do it like this and have it turn out like this boot did. There we go. So now it's all done. And we're going to wait for it to dry about 5 minutes. And we're going to take off our masking tape. See y'all then. Alright folks, so it's been about 5 minutes and these boots are fully dried, especially the stitch welt. So we're going to go ahead and remove our masking tape first of all. And I have a couple Q-tips here and some alcohol just in case I need to remove anything. But at this point, basically all the welt stitching should be perfectly stained. So we're going to start with the actual welt itself, and it is looking really awesome. I wish I actually had this configuration before I did this one, but that is why I do these videos, so I could actually mess up and show you which way was the best way to get it done. Alright, and this one ended up actually looking a heck of a lot better. Now taking this off right here. There we go. That is looking awesome. So with the dabber, it was way too much. It ended up looking kind of staining some of the other parts of the welt because they used just too much of that stuff. Here is the way I did it with the dabber, and y'all could actually see I left a little bit of stain around the welt. And this is now that I actually used the proper method, and y'all could actually still see that natural finish on the welt, and it's gonna look really nice when you put on a pair of boots and you wanted them with the black stitching, and now you got it. So that is a very simple way. Now I'm just gonna go ahead, grab this alcohol, and just kind of touch up a little bit of the outside right here. There we go. Make sure everything. So I'm going to go in between here, take off some of this little stuff right here in the middle. Perfect. There we go. Maybe I could touch up this one too. Well, a little bit better, but not as nice as this one. So that is how y'all get it done. You can now have your boots with your black stitching. So I hope y'all liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And this Saturday is actually Christmas, so I just want to wish y'all a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Have a good one.